Hello, dear friends. Today, we want to uncover US-Iran talks behind the scenes. Is the fight really over the nuclear bomb or economic dominance involved? In this program, you will hear facts changing your view on politics. Let's see together what is really happening in today's complex political world. The nuclear story is no longer the main discussion, just a political cover. America seeks a way to gain full influence over Iran's economic arteries. They want to insert American companies into Iran's oil and gas contracts. The final goal is having a permanent leverage tool over Tehran's economy. Tehran has read America's hand and won't easily submit to these plans. Iran never allows its economic independence to be questioned or controlled by the West. This resistance stems from a view demanding national sovereignty and total independence. Therefore, these talks look more like a hidden battle for power and influence. It is interesting to know Iran offered proposals to reduce uranium enrichment, but their main condition is that all economic sanctions must be fully lifted. They are ready to open investment doors in oil and gas to the West, but opening doors does not mean surrendering to political demands at all. The main problem is America seeks to create a new control structure. They want to ensure they can squeeze Iran's economy whenever they wish. Exactly the disaster that befell the JCPOA agreement, causing severe mutual distrust. For this reason, reaching a sustainable agreement seems very difficult right now. The world changed and America is not that absolute power of past years. Emerging powers like China and Russia have drastically changed the region's game equations. Relying on these new allies, Iran no longer feels lonely or weak today. This means the era of dictating policies by Washington has definitely ended. American officials seem to still live in the past superpower atmosphere. They think they can force countries to obey through threats and intimidation, but field reality in the Middle East shows these methods work no more. Consecutive failures in Afghanistan and Iraq have questioned America's military grandeur. Some Western politicians still have dreams of returning to past colonial centuries. They want to bring the global South under their and Europe's domination again. But this view ignores the awakening of nations and changing power structures. You cannot rule over aware people with the same old methods anymore. Important point is Iran does not back down in media and psychological wars. When threatened, they respond to every threat with firm and decisive language. This confidence comes from years of experience countering heavy foreign pressures. They learned how to survive tough conditions and even progress despite them. You see, America has not won any war in the region recently. From Yemen to Syria, their expensive plans have failed one after another. This shows the Western war machine suffers from wear and inefficiency now. How can they claim they are able to defeat a regional power? The era of Western empires is heading towards gradual decline and decay historically, just like the ancient Roman Empire that rotted inside and finally collapsed. Internal corruption, economic problems, and lost ethics have shaken the West's foundations. This is a historical trend. No power can dominate the world forever. In contrast, countries like Iran possess very deep and ancient civilizational roots. These civilizations learned over thousands of years how to remain against storms. Iranian and Islamic identity built a powerful combination, making infiltration very hard. This is what Western strategists often ignore in their calculations and plans. Another issue raised is mental and managerial exhaustion in the U.S. political system. Current leaders lack the intelligence and wisdom of their past generations and ancestors. They are busy with media shows rather than solving complex global problems. This managerial weakness causes them to constantly make huge strategic calculation errors. The US economy no longer has former ability to fund major wars. Heavy debts and internal problems have tied their hands for military adventures. American people have no desire to send children to endless Middle East wars. Therefore, the threat of war is more a political bluff than reality. On the other hand, Iran has expanded influence among nations of the region. This influence is not by bayonet force, but through cultural, religious ties. A network of allies ready to stand firmly together for common causes. This strategic depth is Iran's biggest defense shield against potential foreign attacks. History shows whenever foreign pressure is applied to Iran, national unity increases. People of this region are used to putting aside internal differences during danger. This spirit of resistance is rooted in their epic culture and religious stories, something that Western observers with material views can never truly understand at all. Shi'ism took shape throughout this land's history as a symbol of resisting dominance. This independent fighting identity does not allow Iran to dissolve in globalization. This very issue has made Iran always an unpredictable exception in global equations. This social and religious fabric built a strong dam against foreign influence. Now the question is, where will these tensions and complex talks lead? It seems the West has no choice but to accept new power realities. A unipolar world where America decided alone does not exist externally anymore. We have entered a new era where power is divided among poles. Meanwhile, Europe lacks the necessary power and motivation to fully accompany America. They are grappling with deep economic and social crises within their own borders. Therefore, the idea of forming a united Western front for recolonization is illusion. Every country is now thinking about saving itself and securing national interests. The subtle point is Iran learned the carrot and stick policy very well. While smiling in the diplomatic field, it keeps full readiness in military fields. This smart policy has caused options on the American table to be limited. They know any wrong move can have irreparable costs for them today. Ultimately, it seems the war of wills favors those who have more patience. America is hasty and wants quick results, but Iran knows the long game. This strategic patience has helped Iranians many times throughout their turbulent history. They know the passage of time is not in favor of declining powers. So, let's not be fooled by sensational headlines and mainstream media news noise. The reality is the balance of power in the world is shifting rapidly. In this new order, countries that insist on their independence are the final winners. Today's story was a narrative of a nation standing against an old system. Our effort was to recount complex political issues in simple language for you. The world of politics is full of hidden layers needing careful examination. We hope these unspoken facts gave you a clearer picture of world affairs. Thank you for being with us until the end of this challenging discussion. If you enjoyed hearing this style of deep and uncensored analysis, join us. Your comments are very valuable to us and help produce better content. Awareness and knowledge are our greatest weapons in today's chaotic, changing world. Always stay alert, and until the next meeting, I leave you to God.